Am I gonna start a movie review? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Sweety and to another new video. So, Chadwick Boseman. Does that name ring a bell to you? I know, of course it does, right? The year 2020 saw the disappearance of many great personalities, and one among them was Chadwick Boseman, most notably called as Black Panther. All Marvel fans are bound to know his name. This wasn't his only character, but he started to see great fame since he took up this character and perfectly blended in it by giving life to Black Panther. So, why am I saying all these things? Am I gonna start a movie review? No. Since a while back, I have been hearing that there's this small gray area between reality and fiction, and somehow, once I started to dive deep inside this telltale fact, I figured out that yes, it's true. It's not just the fiction that we see, but sometimes it also happens in reality. And that is where reality and fiction come together. I know, I'm messing around. Let me tell you a small fictional story first. A 24-year-old boy was sitting in his seat in the train and was looking out of the window. Suddenly he shouted, "Dad, look, the trees are running behind." The father who was sitting next to him smiled at him, whereas the couple that were sitting in front of him weren't happy. And they looked at this boy with pity. And at that moment, he again shouted, "Dad, look, the clouds are running behind us." The father who was sitting next to him still smiled. But there was this couple who couldn't resist their curiosity and took a step forward to advise the father. "Why don't you take your son to a good doctor? He might need help." To which the old man smiled and replied, "I did, and we're just coming back from hospital. My son was blind from birth and today he got his eyes back." Yeah? You get me where I'm coming? That was a small story on how wrong it may go to judge other person or his or her ability in a first glance. Now, let me tell you why I talked about Chadwick. Sometimes we all love it when fiction comes to reality. But on the other hand, it is also painful to see that few things not just happens in fiction or isn't just in books but also happens in real life too. And here we have a great example. In the year 2016, Bosman was diagnosed by colon cancer. In spite of his busy schedule for his shoot for Black Panther, he still kept his physical condition private. And the part that never fails to touch me is that he extensively worked for supporting cancer charities till 2020, that is, till his death. In spite of not knowing where his condition may end up, he still worked for the other people in the same situation. But this is where reality starts to hit harder and harder. During the time when he was silently battling with this disease, Bosman was seen and pictured looking much smaller in bulk than his actual character in the movie. And this picture started to circulate in social media so widely. And as often the case is, one picture sparked millions of comments. People and media started to pour out their not much needed opinions. Though some fans and people reacted with concern, wondering if he might be sick, but there were many others who mocked the actor. And as sad reality it is, and now we know that many have mistakenly assumed Bosman's weight loss as a change in his lifestyle or personal choice rather than a serious illness. I guess it would be good to end this video by what Kerry Coffer, a certified personal trainer and health coach, told Insider regarding this. The fact that Bosman had been criticized for his weight loss speaks to how superficially most people view others when their sole basis for judgment is the images they see online. It's up to us to remember that what we see doesn't represent anything close to the whole story. It's on us to practice being respectful and compassionate towards all people and all bodies. Always. Every single person on this planet have their own story, or they may be in their own battle now. I know being a social being, by being a human, we all have this complex thinking brain up there. And we think that it is to our greatest advantage that we are always quick on our feet and spontaneous in our decisions, which may also lead us to judge someone very quickly. But when you actually think about it, it's never wrong to think twice about a particular thing. We all have our own battles. Each one's battle is different. then why do we still try to defeat the other person when their battle is not at all our battle? We have our different battle, they have their own different problems and their own battles. So let's not judge other people quickly before we truly know what their actual story is. Sometimes the truth might surprise us, or sometimes it may also come with a hurtful consequences. So, just as my reminder always says, you are awesome, you are perfect, and you're made with a purpose. We all have a battle, and let's win it together. Until we all see in the next video, this is Sweety signing off. Bye!